I got one more river to cross, one more river to cross.
One more river to cross. Today's challenge? To get to the other side. How would you go about it? What would be your instinctive approach? Well, according to these successful consultants, Kathy Kolbe can tell you.
I have a business and individual wealth coaching practice, and right now we use Kolbe A with our clients, especially husbands and wives. And it makes a tremendous difference in our ability to coach them through their financial goals and issues.
The more I read about it, the more I started applying it to my personal abilities and my reactions in certain situations. I started to realize it was very much point on because of the fact that it helped me understand why I react a certain way in certain circumstances and not how I think I should act in certain circumstances.
We work in the lumber and building materials industry. We serve as consultants in that arena. And a lot of times what we see is the star salesman gets promoted and rewarded in becoming a sales manager, and they bomb. They don't have the fact finder follow through required to be an effective sales manager, although they're an excellent go-getter. So just being able to communicate that objectively to a client really helps them making hiring decisions, promotion decisions, and helping them understand some of those things.
And what is this Kolbe that these three consultants think is so useful? For them, as for the people they work with, it all starts with an online assessment. 36 questions that take about 20 minutes to answer. The result? Your very own Kolbe profile. You're perfect because everybody has the same amount of natural instinct for solving problems. We just go about it differently. Your natural instincts are one of the three parts of the mind. That's according to Plato as well as to modern psychology. The cognitive deals with your talents, experience, IQ, and education. The affective deals with your feelings, your values, and your emotions. But the other third, the conative, deals with how you instinctively respond to a challenge. That's Kolbe territory. There are 4 Kolbe modes: fact finder, follow through, quick start, and implementer. Here's how they operate when faced with a challenge, say, getting to the other side of the river. Fact finder is the instinct to find out more, to get more information.
I just can't start. I need to know more. How deep is this river? Is it too cold? Okay, here's a marker that shows how other people have done it. What about this tub? I know, I need to check the maps. Here's another one. I can't go on until I know more.
Follow through, the instinct to organize and develop systems, to arrange things.
It's certainly possible. It's been done before. I'm sure they had a system. I'm going to set up one of my own. I'm just going to get all my ducks in a row and then follow the correct procedure, the one I know that will work.
Quick start, the instinct to come up with solutions, to change, to get going.
Okay, we need options. I could swim. This could be a boat. There must be some use for those birds. And that cornfield, we could cut it down and make a raft out of those stalks. I know. The birds and the balloon together. Maybe there's something in that. Implementer.
The instinct to act physically in the real world, to demonstrate things.
What I've got here is the makings of a boat. A sail, a mast. All I have to do is put it together.
So apart from real life, how do you actually see these modes in action? Kathy Kolbe does it with Glop Shop.
When you take stuff that has no directions, no right way to be used, and you get people to use it to strive to do something with it, you're going to see more pure instinct than you will if you took something that had some learned behavior. So that's the reason we use GLOP. I have selected 3 volunteers. So 3 of you are going to leave the room, and we're going to talk about you when you're gone. Andy is a 9, 6, 3, 2. Andy is going to take this material grudgingly because it's stupid to a fact finder. As nice as he is, he's not going to want to play. Then we have good old Denny. She is a 4, 3, 9, 2. Heyday! Oh, what fun, a bunch of glop. That's going to bug the heck out of Andy. If he doesn't just totally separate himself from her, I'll be very surprised. They are in big time conflict in 2 modes. Jim, 7, 3, 8, 3. First he goes along with Andy, then he goes along with Denny. Then he goes along with Andy, but in the end, he's going to compete with Denny. Nobody on this team is going to be comfortable except Denny, because she's going to just go into her own world. Okay, let's bring them in. We want you to create some kind of a product that is going to demonstrate for people what the 4 action modes are and how they work. So it's ready, set, go.
All right, what do we got? Besides the marbles?
Okay. We have stuff.
Got a roach clip. Okay,
There's 4 things of substance.
That could be for the building part.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea.
stuff isn't working.
Okay, well, we need to
Okay.
put something together, right?
Formula's fact finder.
No idea. Do we use this for anything?
Okay, what about this, like using this as some type of form of relation to the others? Tying them together? What do you think?
How about
Does
that?
that start?
No,
Okay.
that won't work.
Doesn't work?
How about this thing?
How about a golf tee in there? Think it'll fit? Too big.
What are we gonna build?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Daddy needs a new car.
Okay, here's a wheel.
I'm going with a Yugo.
Come on, guys, you can do this.
I don't think so.
Rah rah. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. What are we gonna find?
Okay, we could put these little balls in there. How about that? I don't know what we're building, but how about that?
Okay. All 3 the same?
No. Okay.
No,
Okay.
well, 3
No.
doesn't work.
Okay, that one in the center. All
Okay.
right, so now what? Oh, it
It
spins.
spins.
There we
So we
go.
can use it as, okay, so if we use this, we
So
can
someone
kind of
can play
show
with
that.
it, right? We're building
We'll
something.
take care of the quick start of the fact find. What are we looking at for fact find?
Okay, now.
Follow through.
Be creative.
Be creative, okay. It's got magical secrets in it, so we'll use a lock.
Got 1 minute.
Okay, it's got secrets in it, so
Yeah,
we're
go
using
us.
a lock. I have no idea why. And
1 minute, less than a minute to commercial time.
Man, she's killing me.
We're getting there.
we could put it on a block.
Put it on a block.
Sure, why not? Here, take the lock off. We'll put it on a block so it
Okay.
has more dimension. There you go. Got me. We could put something to it. Here,
I'm
try
just
to put
thinking
that
about
thing
it
on the
one
end.
time.
Try to put that on the end. Okay, so you could use this to hang your notes. It could sit on your desk, and it's how about it is a paperweight, something you could play with because we could glue it and it'll spin.
Okay, you have in your minds a great product, and I'm sure with a great name and a reasonable price, and you're about to sell it. So you are now ready, set, go. 1 minute.
This is the multi-purpose stress reducer. It is a paperweight. You can also use it as something to help you when you're trying to think. You can spin it around. You can use the little balls to roll around in your office. And if you have notes, you can use one of these. What are these called? Whoops. To clip your notes so that you won't forget anything. the multi-purpose stress reducer.
Jeff,
validated and highly reliable and all that.
what did you guys see?
Pretty much what you said.
What Bob did I say would happen that you saw happen?
So Andy definitely was not going to engage, and you looked just pretty like stressed and like, oh my God, you know, how do I get out of here?
Andy didn't hardly touch anything. You know, he was just looking it over, but there was nothing worthy of his touch.
Yeah, he tried to just back out, didn't he?
And Jim, initially you looked like you were just listening, you were trying to take it all in, you looked overwhelmed, like how can I remember all these instructions? And then when Kathy called time, you and Danny just jumped in there, the quick starts. I'm not sure you were jumping in together, but you were each doing something. And Andy was stepping back and looking at you like, what are you two doing?
It just made no sense. So I stepped back and found myself looking at her. You come up with an idea, give me something to try to run with, because I couldn't find enough relationship between the items to come up with something that quick.
Andy, for you, of organizing, you have a 6-in follow-through.
Yeah.
Did you ever really try to organize all this?
It bothered me that I couldn't. It's like there's 4 action modes, you know, trying to, or the 4, Kolbe talents are trying to. That's okay. That's 3. That's not going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, there's 4 blocks there. Well, there's 4 of those things. It was trying to fit things in.
To categories.
Yeah.
Because he accommodates in follow-through, he was trying to fit things into a system rather than taking inventory and designing your own system. And what did our Quick Start 9 do?
It just absolutely hovered over it, and just you can see the creative energy just hovering over it and just exploring how they can pull the thing together.
Did it bother you that the 2 of these these guys stopped playing and you were doing it pretty much alone?
No. No.
Did you notice?
Yeah, I knew. Well, it was kind of like I waited, and then nobody was stepping up, so I'm like, all right, I'll do it, no problem. I'll make something up and we'll go with it. What did I have to lose?
For a lot of people, Kolbe provides a way to stop feeling guilty about not being the person other people say you're supposed to be, and to start trusting your own instincts. And that's Kathy Kolbe's definition of success: the freedom to act on your own instinctive power.
I have a long line in Quick Start, and there's lots of times I would feel that I didn't have the same stuff that other people in my profession have, because they were more fact finders in my profession. So it made me feel better about myself. So it was great.
I know the kind of people that I need to have around me so that I'm more productive, as opposed to a team that when everyone is like me or stronger than have the stronger traits than I do, I know that team's just not going to work.
At first, it seems like marketing posturing to say, oh, we're totally different, because everyone says that. But when you begin to peel some of the layers and understand some of the concepts, it is different.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you like me. Haven't you noticed? Suddenly I'm bright and breezy because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you.